Romy, how you doing? How you feeling, Romy? How's the therapy going? Hopefully it's going good. Thought I'd stop up here tonight and say hi to everybody for my February YouTube uh, broadcast. I worked all day today trying to get a bunch of stuff out for Idle Underworld, getting all the stuff out. What's up, Remco? How you doing, buddy? Hopefully you're doing good too. Romy, I hope your therapy's going well. I've been drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper today, which is not good. So my cheeks are a little fat, so I apologize about that. It's so cold. It's like 11, but it's freezing. Oh, you also had COVID recently too. Jesus. As if you didn't have enough shit going on, huh? So therapy's paused now, I see. Well, hopefully it resumes soon so you can get back to what you need to be doing. That would be good. So, for sure. I think I might open this up to the public as well. So, I'm going to post this on Facebook. I don't normally do that, but kind of feeling like you can keep it open and talk to people is always not a bad thing. So, we'll do a rare one of those right now. All right, hold on. Let's see if anybody wants to. This is part of my monthly Patreon YouTube series. Opening it to the public today. Sorry, asthma has been quite the bitch lately. Let's see. All right, back to this. Okay. Remco, how you doing, man? You doing all right? I just packed up some stuff, but I think I'm gonna pack your stuff up and send it a little later. Romy, yours is coming too. I'm not sure when though. I have like 20 or 30 packages to go out tomorrow, plus working on posters, trying to get all the posters. I finally got all of Ukraine's Gravure Checky. I met with her on Thursday and got all those. She signed them all for me, which was really nice of her to do. And so that Ukraine DVD set comes with a poster as well. So thankfully, I had 10 poster cases I ordered. So 'cause that's about all that's going out right now. So, but I got to order more now. But they come really fast. So anyway, he ordered the Ukraine Gravure DVD set. I'll get the posters real soon, along with the Checky and the DVD, which I wrapped up because it's a little bit revealing. She really did not pull any punches. And wait till you guys watch that. Oh my God. The courage of that girl. So, anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Looks like it's just you guys for now, so that's cool. If there's anything you guys want to talk about or BS about, I'm all ears. I'm here for a while. I have some time. I just put up another Patreon podcast actually too. I had quite the crazy weekend with hey, what's up, Julio? How you doing, buddy? I had quite the crazy weekend with, well, Miho had two shows that were so-so, and then Good to hear you're doing good. And then I was checky staff for Planet After the Rain, which was fun. And then we had our food party, and I want to say there was something else. Yeah, I went and visited a certain idol at an idol cafe, and that was a lot of fun. Um, the first time I've ever done that, so that was a new experience. It was fun. Yeah, just did a whole bunch of things. Right now, just like I said, today was get shit done day, trying to get all my packages out that I can get out. So, oh, you're gonna go start your job, Remco, in a few weeks. Gambate. Hopefully, you do good. Is it a good job? Are you happy with the job? I hope it's going well. I'm doing good, Julio. Life is good. I mean, as best as it can be expected. You know, there's always things on the mind. I mean, this weekend was weird. I had a certain idol, who I won't say who, messaged me pretty late the other night, very depressed and upset about life, and didn't think she was worth living, and so I had to play counselor, which I was happy to do because I really love this idol to death, and I'm very close to this person. But that was a hard thing to deal with, kind of. I really care about this person. So that's been on the mind lately, if I'm being honest. But again, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to reveal sources or anything. Um, oh, you looked at Yukonon's photo book, Rami. Was it good? I hope you got the concept of it. It was basically the idea of women as the feminine power as seen in everyday life. So like we see all these things in everyday life that shows the signs of women as these, you know, goddesses, these Aphrodites, if you will. I thought it was a good play off of Yukonon because I don't, I mean, like I know Yukonon, but I don't know Yukonon. So it's like I wanted to really kind of play off the fact she's been in this group forever, and she is really a huge symbol in the underworld here as far as like a grinder, somebody who like really has powered through so much stuff. Just very, 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 very cool. Yeah, this person I was talking about is feeling better, Julio. Thanks. Much better. We talked a long time, so I think things are okay. Remco, you have to defend your thesis. I wonder what your thesis is about. Can you share, or is that a private thing? If it's private, don't worry about it. But if you could share, I'd love to know what you're trying to defend. I remember in my college days, I had to do a thesis. I did mine on multiple intelligence theory by Dr. Howard Gardner. I actually added another intelligence to it, and well, not so much added, but I added an idea behind it. Like we can use intelligence theory to actually redo our school system to better fit people going through school to what they need in life. Field archaeology, holy shit! So you're like a modern day Indiana Jones. You go, man. Awesome. I wouldn't have the slightest clue about that. I wanted to be an archaeologist after I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark when I was a kid, but of course, you know, the reality of archaeology, I'm sure, is nothing like, you know, what you saw in the Indiana Jones films. Um, you're still behind on my podcast, Remco. You probably need more than a weekend to catch up. I've put some pretty huge ones. I've been really hitting those a lot lately because I've been also at the same time keeping those recordings, because I think I am gonna write a tell-all book about everything. Um, of course, I'm gonna hide people's identities where needed. I don't want to hurt people, but there's so much I can't say in those podcasts. But if when I'm out of this game and I'm not part of Idol anymore, fuck it. Like I don't really care. I mean, obviously I care about people. Certain people, I'm not gonna do things that will hurt them. I would never do that. But I just think there's so much more of the stories I can't even begin to share because of my position, because it would hurt what I'm doing. But after I'm out of it, what do I care? I'd rather just tell the story and be a storyteller because that's what I love doing. But we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, I'm saving those podcasts, so I've been trying to be real meticulous about it. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it along the way. I'm glad you liked the photo book too, Remco. Thank you. Did you guys get Matcha's photo book yet? Have I sent that out, or any of you guys got those? Um, I know I've been sending them out quite a bit last month. Matcha's photo book is really one of my favorites. Love that photo book to death. Mayan Civil War period decline a couple. Yeah, yeah, over my head. Um, much respect for Mayans and all that culture. I just not enough respect to actually take a moment and look into it because I'm a stupid idiot. So I don't that part of the world never really interested me, if I'm being honest. Like it's important, I feel, but it's just it didn't seem like it affected me. I don't know if that makes sense. So Julio, if you're at work, that's really hard. To actually listen to all my fucking podcasts. I put out quite a bit. I'm pretty crazy, prolific, if you will, with it. But I just want to give you guys the whole situation here, so you guys are along this journey with me. It makes me feel less alone here, since Tokyo's pretty lonely. Um, yeah, I'm curious how I'd rate it too. I mean, the way I want to write about what I've really experienced in Idol, like the horrific shit, the really personal shit that if I told you, it would totally change your guys' perspective of Idol. Like it would just turn it upside down. I want to write it in my fiction novels. Like a lot of the fiction stuff that I've written, I have characters that are attached to the Idol world. So what those characters go through is actually what I've been through or people I know have been through, but I'm trying to cleverly disguise it in fiction. So it's fiction and it's in a completely big story that doesn't center on those idols per se, but I can tell you guys a lot of truth in those storylines because they're more real than you might think. I'm a big believer that you should write what you know and you should live what you don't know. And I believe fiction is most believed when it's 99% truth and then the 1% lie that makes it fiction. So doing that, I'm excited. I'm excited to see though if I do write like sort of one of those books you see a lot of gaijin transplants who come to Japan and live. Right. I don't want to write like all of them. They write about all the usual bullshit that you see when you come here after you've lived here a few years. Like they're all the same books. Like, oh my god, you mean Japanese people aren't as nice as they seem to be? What? I mean, once the Hane Tatamaya wall is dropped, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody knows that. If you're here for more than 2 weeks as a tourist, you'll realize that really quickly that Japan is massively complicated in terms of its social hierarchy. I mean, even talking to somebody is complicated because there's so many things going on and so many things not being said. I mean, just learning the concept of KY, you have to learn about KY and you have to really understand that to really socially advance here. That alone can take a lifetime. So, I don't want to write about a lot of that. I just want to write about what I've been through, my personal experience. I think that's the only thing I can write truthfully. And I'm an idol. So, like, I'm into the idol world. So, that's what I know the most. So, that's what I want to write about, but also about some of my experiences here. Like, I've experienced quite a bit of racism, and I'm not afraid to call that out here in this country. I think Japan has a big problem with racism, like a huge problem, and I think people just gloss it over or they just chalk it up to gaijin misunderstanding. I don't think it's that really as much as they want to believe it. The apologists for Japan Society and weebos who think that there's nothing wrong in Japan. You just have to go and sit down on a train and you can be the subject of racism here, and you don't even realize it until you open your eyes. But that's a whole other thing. I like living here. I don't have a problem living here per se. It's an adjustment for sure, but there are certain things that I want to see change here that I do not like here. But I'm a very small minority percent. But that's sort of the weird reality about living here because Gaijin are such a tiny percentage of the population. The logic here is, well, you're just this much of a percentage. Why should we change? Who gives a fuck about you? That's racist. You should care about the minorities. That's the whole point. But a lot of people think, well, it's a group, it's what's best for the group. Well, if 99% of the people in this country are Japanese and you don't care about the Zainichi that live here or the Chinese that live here or the white people or the black people that live here or the three Mexican people that live here, I swear to God, it's like you're being racist just by thinking that way. You should care about the minorities. You should give a shit about them. You should protect them. That makes you, as a society, better than racism. I mean, but that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other story. And that's something I would like to weave into my story without being preachy about it. Like I just got there for a moment. And so I want to tell it in more an anecdotal way because anecdotes people remember. But we'll see. I'm far away from even going there. Um, Matcha's book is in your Tenso, Julio. Oh, that's good to know. Hopefully you get it soon, and you can let me know what you think about it. I put my whole heart and fucking soul into that book. Not that I don't with any of the other ones, but that one was a big endeavor, huge. And I would say Matcha really went way out for that one. She did every single thing I could have possibly have asked her to do, and then some. And I just respect the living shit out of that girl. She's one of the few idols I met that I could say no wrong about. None. Um, I see Remco. Yeah, Roman history's been done to death. But see, as an Italian American, Romans are my ancestors. I do care about Roman history a lot because that's where my people come from. But I care about it only as much as like I like seeing it sometimes dramatized in films. It's not really something I seek out, but I do like history. I really I was really lucky in school to have incredible history teachers. High school, I had a fantastic history teacher. When I was in college, I had this teacher, Dr. What was it, Sapina? I can't remember his name. Um, he would come into class, right? And he would be like eating an ice cream cone. He'd be looking around, and then he'd like throw the ice cream cone down in the trash can. He'd be like, let's learn history, motherfuckers. And he would swear and he would get so into it. He made me feel like I was right on the battlefield when he'd be talking about war because he'd get so animated and he was so like sharp and probably could have gotten kicked out if he talked the way he did back then today, possibly because people are so goddamn sensitive today about everything. But he was just great. He made me really feel like I was there. This is, pre-internet, like pre-YouTube. You could just history teachers today could just throw on YouTube channels, and there's 50 billion history channels showing anything you want to know about any period in history, animated or podcasts or anything. I mean, there's so much information out there now. But back then, it relied on teachers like that guy to like make you love history. And I was lucky. I had good history teachers that made me appreciate history a lot, particularly World War II. In particular, I was really into that time period. Still am. Not per se in the sense of like I would like go on World War II tours or anything. But I just mean like I've seen so many movies out of that I feel gave me a tiny glimpse. Like my favorite TV series of all time is Band of Brothers. My favorite movie of all time, Saving Private Ryan, because all of that really shaped so much of our world today. Although I feel like things that are going on now is shaping the world even more. I don't know if that makes sense or not to you guys, but kind of feels that way. Anyway, we'll see what happens with my books and stuff. I'm actually writing a bunch of stuff. It's just I'm at a crossroads right now in my life, like I have been for the past year or so, where I gotta really decide what's best for me as far as moving forward with Idol. Miho and Kosame are not particularly popular with the Japanese crowds, so we have a large battle ahead of us to try to figure that out. They're solo idols. Solo idols have it rough no matter who they are. There's very few solo idols unless they're part of another group and then they decide to come off that group and do a solo thing. You're gonna fight for your fans. You really are. And it takes a very rare solo idol to be big. Um, that's the path I've chosen. So I don't know what I'm doing with that because Hana's going to be debuting here. I'm having a really hard time musically getting a bearing with the people I write with. It just is not gelling the way I need it to or want it to. That's a big problem for me right now because deadlines are really important to me and they're not being met, and that's really hard for me to accept. But I understand at the same time. I'm not like shitting on the people I work with. They're great. They're fucking better than me. But it's just hard. I can't let Hana down. She's too good of a person, too good of an idol. Miho's music's coming along good, but just slow. We have songs on the waiting deck to be out, and I just want them out, and for various reasons they're not, and that's also a concern for me. Also, Miho's been going through so much life wise. It's just I'm trying to make sure that I'm being as supportive as I can for what she needs. So, for example, like next month, she's pretty much taking a break from Idol. We're only doing a few things: the online Checky session and a couple shows. Nothing near what she's normally does every month. So that's it is what it is. But that's sort of where I'm at right now with life and stuff. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this YouTube Patreon podcast because recently last week I talked about stuff like suicide and things that are kind of heavy on the heart, things that might affect people. Somebody somebody challenged me that listened to this. He sent me a audio podcast of his own, which I love actually because it helps me. I like hearing the voices. You guys are welcome to send me your own audios. I listen to them. It's helpful to me. Like if I'm working on stuff, I can put in the background and listen. And I do listen. I read and listen. I read everything. I listen to everything. But he sent me some, and he gave me an instance of somebody he knows, and this person is going through a lot of stuff, and I won't get into who, how, why, when, or where, but then challenge my idea that I said that, I'm a big believer in practical problems to emotional situations, to emotional problems. Practical solutions to emotional problems. That was my MO for my entire life as a counselor, and it worked to some degree. It didn't work to others. People have to want to change to begin with. That's number one. If they don't want to change, nothing you offer or suggest will ever work. So if they don't want to change, you're just fighting a losing battle. Let them not change. But if they do want to change and they're open to change, the thing in this particular person's case, there's something else going on that I didn't quite address, which is, some people really are mentally ill. They have something wrong in their brain. There's a disconnect. There's a problem. There's traumatic, some kind of a traumatic abuse issue that maybe have forever altered the way they are. Things like schizophrenia or there's certain types of mental disorders that practical solutions don't. It's not the answer. You need medication. Medication is the answer. Medication along with certain types of cognitive or behavioral therapy models will help in conjunction with the meds. But like, for example, if you're schizophrenic, you need your meds. That is really one of the only proven ways to stay focused in reality. That's it's not a practical thing per se. It's a medication thing. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if your problem is that, but if I'm talking like if you're depressed, you think your life is worthless, and you don't think you should be living on this planet, I guarantee you there's a practical solution to that. I guarantee it. You just got to be open to that idea. If you're not open, you'll stay depressed and fucked up. I'm sorry, I can't help you. But if you are open to the idea of change, if you're open to the idea of fixing your life, I'm a living example of that. I'm in one of the worst possible positions I can be in my life right now. I'm in a country that I don't speak the language fully. The social structure of this country does not fit me or who I am. I'm in a business that is unforgiving and is full of really fucking fake people. But that's Japan as a whole. Fakeness is a virtue here. It's not something that is a negative. And because it's required in order to make the social wheel turn here, that goes against everything I am. So that's been a big struggle. Money is always a perpetual issue, but I'm happy. I don't know, because I'm doing the things I want to do, because I'm working with the people I want to work with, because I have all of you in my life. I have found practical solutions to the things that I need to fix. The online Checky session, I found a practical solution. I asked some of you guys to join my Patreon, give 10 Checky a month commitment, and so far I have 5 of you. So that's 50 Checky. I don't got to worry about right off the bat for any of my online Checky sessions, and I'm only doing one a month for that, outside of Hana and Miho, because those are monthly things we just do because they're part of my company. But for other groups that I'm trying to help, one a month, and I have 50 Checky allotted to that, fucking awesome. That means I only need like 30 more to break even. And I tend to get that, usually at least 30 more Checky. So, and if I get 3 more people to commit, I will have broken even before I even put a single Checky up for sale on Idle Underworld. So that's a practical solution. And you guys help me with that. So, if I didn't have that, I'd be depressed, I'd be upset, I'd be worried. All that stress would be in my life. But because I have this now, it's eased that stress somewhat. Instead of 80% stress, it's only 30% stress. You see how that works? So I think when it comes to depression and things like that, you got to find a practical solution to help you get through it. There's usually root causes for the depression, always. The other issue with that I didn't quite address, but I should, I guarantee in all my counseling of all the patients I counseled, everybody that I worked with in therapy, I'd say at least 80% of them, it was the parents. It was something went wrong with the parents. The parents didn't give a shit about them. The parents abused them, molested them, or did things that they should never have thought to do. I know one person whose parent when this person tried to kill themselves, their parent got mad at them. They actually got angry at them for that. You don't get fucking angry at somebody for trying to kill themselves. How dare you? I mean, to think that that is going to be helpful to that person's lowest of the low feeling that they're having at that moment. You're gonna get mad at them, and you're their mother. Fuck you. Like you maybe you shouldn't have had a kid to begin with, because clearly you're a shitty parent. But that's usually what it is. It's usually a parental problem, and those things are a little bit harder to fix. Uh, it's just the parent issues are that's a tough one. But I go back again to what I said in my podcast about Viktor Frankl. Here's a guy who went through the Holocaust, lost his whole family, was in a prison camp, and he found a way out of it, and he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning, which in my opinion is the second greatest book ever written in history, outside of the Bible. And even that I would contest, because I don't know, the Bible leaves us with all more questions than it does answers, but maybe there's answers there. I guess it just depends on how you're looking at it. I'd say the Quran is pretty damn important too. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Believe it or not, there is. I would debate anybody on that. I think people that look at the Quran and go in a negative direction with that, they really don't understand history, when the Quran was written or who it was written for. But that's a whole other thing. Don't want to get into that. I will say that as far as Man's Search for Meaning goes, to paraphrase the whole sum and idea of it, the idea of like logotherapy and what Frankl got into, he basically said that you can deal with anything in your life, anything at all, if you know why it's happening. I'll say that again. You can deal with absolutely anything in your life if you know why it's happening. I'm not saying it's not going to be painful. Pain's going to be unbearable and things are going to be hard. But if you know why it's happening, you can possibly undo the reason, because if you know why something's happening, you can fix it. For example, look at the pandemic, look at COVID. We really don't know why it's here. We don't know how it was caused. We have ideas and theories, but they're just that. We don't actually understand why COVID can latch onto the cells so efficiently as it does, and why vaccines aren't necessarily fixing. I mean, we have ideas, we have concepts, but there's so much we don't know about the disease. So therefore, what's wrong? We can't beat it. It's still here. If we knew why, boom, it would be done. I mean, science has proven this over and over. So logotherapy is really rooted in science more than anything else. But building off of that idea of why, then that's where I add to that. I say, find practical solutions to emotional problems based off the why of what's happening. If you know, for example, your real problem in life is your mother beat the shit out of you when you were a kid, maybe it's time you confront your mom about it. Maybe get into it with her. Try to understand why she did that. Try to understand where she was at in her life when she did that. Maybe your mother had you when she was 18 years old. She was a kid herself, and she didn't know how to handle you, and you're crying and you're being a fucking brat all the time. Her reaction is to beat the shit out of you. I'm not saying it's right, but that's the why. And once you know why, it might soften your heart a bit to understand why you took a black eye or a uppercut to the face from your mother. Again, not saying it makes it right, but it helps you understand why it happened. And again, you become a parent, you might do the same thing. History tends to repeat itself, especially when it comes to genetics. Remco, yeah, I mean, you've been through a lot of shit. I mean, you've let us know a little bit about that online, and I appreciate your bravery and courage in doing that. And I encourage all people to talk about their stuff. Although be careful about that on social media, though, because people tend to be, I don't want to say a little too open on social media, but I would say that social media can be a little toxic, because what happens when you put that out there and nobody cares, or people give you that blanket, I hope you feel better, good luck bullshit, and then you don't really feel anything after that, and you're like, well, why did I share all this about myself? I don't know. I feel you should share it with people that care about you most of all, but even that is, I mean, a cry for help is a cry for help. Cry where you need to in order to get heard, by all means. But I'm saying in your case, practical issues are tough. You got to find solutions to those, and then you'll be helped. So I hope the person that challenged me on that heard what I just said, and if not, watch the fucking archive. It'll be up for a bit. But I really feel that if you have problems in your life, find a practical solution to those problems. Figure out a way to fix it that is tangible. Not, there's only so much you can do with the person sitting next to you, patting you on the back, saying, "Combate, it's going to be okay." That only goes so far. That doesn't fix your problem. Find a way to fix the issue. And believe me when I tell you, whatever's hurting here, there's a physical or exterior reason that's causing it. Always. Always. The only time that's not true is if you really genuinely have a mental disorder. like a problem with the neuronal activity, that genetic, or a trauma of some kind, and you need medication in addition, or even more like real therapy, then that's a whole different thing. Most people that are suicidal and depressed, in my opinion, but this is an opinion, this is not fact, so take it as you will, they're that way because they literally have not been able to see, first of all, why what's happening to them is happening. They don't have a purpose in life. They haven't identified why they're here. Once you have that purpose, and you can strive for it, and more importantly, they have a practical way of getting out of it. That's been the only reason why I haven't, done anything myself. That's one of the reasons why I haven't launched myself into some deep depression where I can't get out of it. I have been depressed, sure. We all have, I would say, if anything, I've suffered more from dysthymia than anything else, which is more like just a mild ongoing depression. I get bummed out by people a lot, and I know I shouldn't. I mean, I know why, because those people suck. Or maybe I suck, and I just don't have enough mental capacity to understand why people are idiots. For example, something that depresses me every single day. Maybe this is funny. When I walk down the sidewalks of certain streets here, which aren't even sidewalks, they're literally balance beams that you literally is enough room for one person here going this way and one person here going this way, like this, right? And then you get behind a fucking idiot with his fucking girlfriend, or vice versa, and they walk like this, and they're walking real slow, and you gotta make a decision. Do I barrel through them and possibly get up into a fight? Although most Japanese people don't fight. But you never know. You might get that brave soul who actually can fight and can beat your ass, or just might feel like he wants to impress his girlfriend. But you barrel through them, or you try to go around them, and you scrape sides of buildings, and you look back at them, and you mouth shit to them, and then they might chirp at you. I mean, I've only gotten into some fist fights almost with people like that. Or the worst is when you get like when it's more than three Japanese people, they get that super crowd strength here, and then they just block the entire sidewalk, and I just want to just fucking just go and just do this with my arm and gang tackle them all. But then I don't. I walk around because I don't want to get deported, and also I don't feel like hurting my hands and fighting people because it hurts when you punch people in the face. And yeah, I just get depressed about that because I'm like, when are these people going to learn that they are in a country that has no concept of building sidewalks that are big enough for groups of people? It's only meant for one person walking. That shit depresses me, that one of the most highly advanced technological nations on earth can't grasp the simple fundamentals of social behavior. It just, they can't. Although I should roll that back and say this country's not really that advanced. This is a third world country pretending to be a first world nation. It really is. But what can you do? I get depressed about little things like that, or when I'm sitting on the train, and this has happened to me so many times where I'm sitting there, I have the only empty seat on the entire train is next to me. That's no coincidence. I literally have seen, like, the best was last month when that girl walked on the train, saw the seat empty, went to go sit down, literally stopped in mid crouch, looked at my face, and then got up and walked away. Fuck you, you dumb bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, blatant fucking racism. Of course, you might say, well, no, maybe there was some other shit going on. Nah, she preferred to stand down until another seat opened next to Japanese people, and then she sat down there. So it wasn't that, because I eyeballed her. Like, pretty much, I was giving her the death stare, like, uttering things no human should ever hear. And, yeah, it just, that shit depresses me, because if somebody sat down next to me, they'd find I'm a nice guy. I mean, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to chalk up a conversation with you, because I know how Japanese people are. They'd rather just lose themselves in their phones and other things, and actually look around and actually ask somebody how they're doing. But I guess that's true for a lot of cultures. It's not just Japanese. I think that's the world we live in today with technology. Everybody's has their face in their fucking phones before, they just forget there's humans around them. And so I don't really like that, but that's just me. I guess maybe I'm too old-fashioned. Anyways, that's my diatribe. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything you guys would like to know? There's only a few people here, so I'm more than happy to share or talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Um, that was sort of one of the things I wanted to just mention with this was about that challenge with the subject. And I know it's a heavy subject, so I hope it's okay to bring that up. Miho's online checky session is what is it? Fucking Wednesday or Thursday? I think it's Wednesday. She has a show actually, and then we're gonna pull an all nighter and basically at least till the trains roll and just stay at the office and do checky all night. So I hope that you guys will pal on the checky for her. She kind of needs a big one this time. That would be good. So what hurts? What hurts? Did I hurt you? I'm sorry. Did I say something offensive? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Or did you mean like my story hurts as in like what's happened to me? Or did I say something? I apologize if I said something mean. I don't think did I say something? Yeah, she needs she definitely needs something. Something to kind of propel. So oh, hi Graham. Nice to see you, buddy. You're at work? No problem. Thanks for listening though. That's cool that you're here. Good to have you. And hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday with some crazy checky questions and for Miho. Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. Ramco, explain yourself. What do you mean? Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you? I'm sorry. Definitely not trying to hurt anybody. You know that. I hope you guys know that about me by now. I'm always trying to be cool with people. But that's the reality of my life here. You know, there's just a lot of stuff here that that's very difficult to accept. Yeah, I don't know. Again, for all the bad I could say a ton of good too. You know, there's a lot of good here, a lot of good. The creativity here is off the charts. I've met more creative people here than I have perhaps anywhere else in my life, even in America. There are like you know, just a lot of stuff. Oh, thank you, Remco. Looking forward to having you there. Oh, it just just meeting Kono-san from Planet After the Rain. What an incredibly intelligent and creative soul. I mean, I don't know anything about him. Oh, my story. Okay. All right. I was worried there for a moment. Like I don't know his personal side or anything, but he seems very 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 creative. He's done a lot of creative stuff in his life. Uh he was telling me his laundry list of accomplishments and I was just overwhelmed at how creative he was. So yeah, Julio, anytime. It's cool. Think about your poses. Miho loves to do them. We're all about the poses. In fact, I was actually, that's another, I'm glad you said that. There's something else I wanted to do. Graham, actually, I think it was your idea. You want me to go through some ideas for checky poses. So I'm going to go through a list of checky poses right now for you guys. Also, Sven, if you just tuned in, what's up? I listened to your thing. I want you, Sven, please watch the archive of this because I address certain things. So please watch the archive. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. So with the poses, so a lot of you guys might be thinking like, well, what kind of poses can we do? I can tell you right now that there's a few kind of poses you can go for. Number one is funny poses. Oh yeah, Remco. Yeah, what happened to me on the train fucking sucks. Sadly, every fucking week it's happened to me. Every fucking week. I've been counting. I've been keeping track. It happens regularly. Regularly. It's a real thing. It's an interesting thing because there's a very famous podcaster on YouTube called Nobita, and he occasionally has some very interesting topics that he crosses. But he actually talked about the Gaijin train thing, and he said that he was defending Japanese people. Of course, he's Japanese, so of course, he's thinking, "Oh, it's not. We're not. You don't mean anything by it." He came up with a very interesting idea. He said that Japanese people don't want to sit next to you because they're risk averse. Risk aversion is a big thing here in Japan. It's not just in the trade. Japanese people in general are risk averse. Fine. But the problem is, why are they risk? What are they thinking when they sit down next to me? And he said, well, they're afraid I might get into a conversation with them and their English isn't good, or they're afraid of maybe me as a person or whatever. But all of those things, first of all, just looking at me and assuming I can't speak your language, it's kind of racist. You're saying I'm not intelligent enough to know what you're saying. 9 times out of 10, it's kind of true, but I'm just saying that's kind of racist. Anytime you make a presumption about somebody based off the color of their skin and you act differently because of the color of the skin, you can call it risk aversion if you want. It's still racism. Hi, Ethan. It's still racism. It's still racism. You can call it whatever you want. It's still racism. When you look at me and you act differently than you would with your own kind, you're racist. Period. So it's sad that Gemini's like that guy Nobita can't see that. Like he's this popular YouTuber and all his followers eat his shit up like nothing, and they don't realize that is so blatantly racist. It's not. It's. I mean, you can have an IQ of a piece of broccoli, an IQ of 7, and I think you can still understand that, right? But anyways, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying. So with poses, so there's a couple different types of checky poses you can usually request safely from any idol. Number one, cute poses or funny poses. Funny poses are the best. Have the girl do something silly, they'll love it. Like maybe make a funny face, like a hangao face. The girls love doing hangao, most of them. Some of the really like shyer girls don't want to do it, but most girls you'd be surprised all these really cute idols can make the most disgusting hangout faces you'll ever see. Like they're so bad they make me want to vomit. I mean, it's in a funny way, like not a bad vomit way. Like it's like funny from laughing so much. So that's always a good one. Making them do something silly with their bodies is always funny. Number 2, cute poses. These girls they know how to be cute. It's like second nature. It's like breathing air for them. So giving them like giving them a certain type of cute pose. Like for example, that's a normal cute idol pose, or like a the head tilt like this kawaii pose. Blowing the kiss, that's an easy one for some of them. Some of them they think that's a little embarrassing, but they do it. They're like, oh, it's like how she is. They blow a kiss, and I'm taking the checky. Ethan has been wanting one of these girls to do the Jacko Crouch pose, and so far 2 of them have tried. Yukinon and Kunogi have tried to do it, but they ended up doing this sort of like on their hands and knees, sort of kind of doing it, but not really. One of these days a girl will do it. I could probably get Miho to do it though, actually, if you wanted her to do it. So if you buy a checky, I can have Miho try, because she's pretty open about doing just about anything. And she does grab yours. So like your pose, it's sexy, but it's nothing she hasn't done already for grab your. So she would probably be able to do it. So if you wanted, buy a checky for Miho, stop by on Wednesday. I'll make sure she does it, or at least I'll try to get her to it. I mean, no guarantees. I don't know, she might be like, fuck you and not do it, but yeah, the key is a split. Agreed. But Miho can split. She's very bendable. Like, she works out a lot, so she can do all that. But anyways, so cute poses are good, but be specific about the cuteness. It's always good to come up with like ideas for the cuteness. Like a good thing to do is watch anime. Watch anime and take a screenshot from the anime and send it to me. The girls can see that, and then they know automatically what to do. So anime screenshots are really useful. Remember, anime is sort of like the language here. Anime is just as popular and is accepted as real movies here, so if not more so. So if you have an anime reference, even if the girl doesn't know the anime, but they see the pose, they can get that pose pretty easily. So cute pose and funny pose, either using anime for both, always a safe one. A third one is super creative. If you're one of those people that can come up with a creative pose, these girls really appreciate that. I appreciate it because it kind of takes. I'm not saying it's monotonous for me to take checky. I love taking checky. Every checky. I don't care if they're just standing there. I have such overwhelming happiness taking pictures of these idols because they're beautiful, and I like being around beautiful people. And so these girls are at the top as far as beauty goes. Like I've never seen anybody more beautiful. So just to take even one checky of them, I'm happy to do it. I'm super happy to do it. But for the girls, they take thousands of checky, like weekly in some cases, some of these girls. So being creative really goes a long way. Hard to do that when you're not here, because if you're here, you can get even more creative. Like some fans will lay down on the ground, have the girl step on them. There's all kinds of crazy shit. If you go to a Juju show, Ethan will tell you, like, their fans are crazy with the poses. I mean, they get super into it. Sven, yeah, definitely order your Miho checky when you can, guys. Get your checky in, because it's coming up soon, and she still needs those numbers. I'm still looking about 30, 40 more checky to get in, and then I think it'll be fairly okay. Still bad, but bad in the sense that like I want certain numbers, but I guess because it's a monthly thing, I'm not really expecting. Just do what you can. Really appreciative. Really, really grateful for anything you guys do there. Yeah, exactly. Like Miori from Juju, one of her signature poses, she steps on her fans, and these fans, I mean, they'll lay completely prostrate, butt in the air, and Yeah, they'll just totally let Miori just dig her feet up their butts and just stand on them. And she's tiny, so it's not like it really hurts or anything, I guess, but she's not afraid to get in there. It's funny. I've seen her literally kick dudes' asses on that and just stand on them. And just, I mean, I've seen some idols sit on fans like that. Like they'll be sitting and it looks like they're about to give them massages. Since you guys aren't here, that's hard to do. So try to think of something creative for them to do. The more creative, the better. These girls, creativity is a good thing, and it also might help them later to do poses. And then the last one I would say is sexy poses. Some of these girls are super sexy. Miho's got a really sexy body. Some of the idols I'm with, I mean, they're really like they got a nice S curve to them. So I would say accentuate that. Like have them take poses that they could do that. And I think a lot of these girls are up for it. They're not afraid to show that off. There's some idols that are definitely more open to it than others. Some don't know how to be sexy, but through doing these checky, they can learn. I don't know. I mean, if that's what you're going for, if that's what you like, I don't think there's ever really any problem with that either. Chikami checkies, like that means like really super close up. Pretty awesome. Thank you, Remco. Please do that. Chikami checky they're fun for me because I can literally put my camera in their face, and that's really sort of exaggerated. Close-up checkies are great. Yeah, exactly. Read Ethan's comment. Yeah, it's mostly Miori that gets it. As Neu's staff, I can't even remember how much that's happened with them. I want to say not very much. So yeah, so there is that. Let me check the count here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll check the count right now. What are we at? Give me a second. I'll see what Miho's at here right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not looking at the screen right now. I'm on Idol Underworld's backend site here. So let me just see. All right, hold on. 21 and 2022. Wow, that's right. And then go back to January. All right, let me just see where we're at here, guys. Sorry, I'm not reading any of the comments right now. Give me a second. If you guys are commenting, talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. All right. All right, so Miho right now, she is at 51 checky for Wednesday. So, okay, I guess. Like I said, I mean, she hasn't broken 100 in a couple months. That's depressing. So I would like to see her do that if it's possible. We used to do 200 checky every one of these. So the fact she hasn't done 100 in months is, I don't know, sort of depressing. Again, we are doing a monthly, so that's sort of a burden on a lot of people. So I don't expect really, but she could use it this time. That's all I'm saying. So please consider it, guys. If you can't, that's okay too. I'm happy that we can do any checky at all. And thank you regardless. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the thing with pose is if you leave the girl to be creative, they're not going to be creative. So like, because their brains are going a mile a second. They have to do 50, 60, 100 checky. You can't expect a lot of these girls to do that. I was staff for a particular idol group. I won't say who, but I remember I would sit there and help this person take checky of the idols, and literally it was like, it was just like, the girls they just know how to pose. They would do all kinds of poses, and we would just take as many checkies as we could. I like mine to be a little more creative, more interesting than that. So do the girls I work with. But if you like, yeah, I mean, there's some girls they just know how to pose. They've been posing their whole life. So I do have a couple idols that I can shoot that fast with because they know how to pose themselves. But it's better if you tell them to be creative, how to be creative. Like you show them, you give them an idea, then that really works. So again, just to recap, funny checky are always welcome, including Hangao. Not so much Hangao. I mean, I guess if you want that. cute poses, always easy. For both of these, you can use anime as reference, usually. Creative poses are really always welcome. The more creative you are as a person, get creative with your Cheki, if that's part of who you are. And then sexy poses, always welcome as well for a lot of these idols. I mean, for my idols, Mio has no problem being sexy. Kasami, I don't think really knows how to do that. Maybe she can. I don't know. I haven't done enough with her. Hana can, but she's more like more innocent. You know, she's more on the like sort of cute kawaii end. So cute poses for her, she can knock out of the park, no problem. She's learning the whole how to be sexy sort of thing. I've been trying to show her some poses that accentuate that, but that's, you know, that's not really, I don't know if that's the track she wants to take, and that's cool with me. She doesn't. Yeah, Cheated from Senkyoku does about the same 3 poses every time. That's funny. Thank you, Remco, for saying you'll add poses. I really appreciate. I really appreciate your support. You keep me going. You keep the idols going. All of you that support like that, you guys you're my heroes. You really are. Cannot fucking say it enough. Makes me feel like I'm not so alone here. So really means a lot. My personal favorite poses tend to be like kind of bust up poses, because I can get the best shots. I don't like the Zenshin, the whole body poses. They're tough. For Gravure, of course, because like, you know, in like Miho's case, I want to show off every part of her body because her body's like perfect. So Zenshin poses make sense for her, but they're still hard for me. Like because like you have to get the lighting right. I'm not good at Zenshin poses that well, but bust up, like bust up we call it, where it's like from literally a bust up or really close like pose or overhead shots. I really like those type of poses where you're kind of like hanging over them and doing it. Those are always really great poses. So if I could do those poses, I really enjoy those a lot. So that's me personally. But again, it's your guys' money, your guys' Cheki, it's your experience. I want you guys to get the kind of pose that you're looking for. Because I definitely want you guys to be happy with those. And the idols do, they want the same. I mean, they're happy to do it. You know, Lily Holly and Diablo and Haruka are next month. That's 4 idols. It'll be my first time doing Lily Holly for one of these sessions, but I've taken plenty of Cheki of Lily Holly already. I know the girls already pretty well. The one girl was in Aphrodite, I think, a couple years ago. So I remember taking her Cheki. Zero is fun to take Cheki of. She's just very expressive in like a very deadpan sort of weird way. Her makeup's awesome. So you know, they're easy. Haruka, I've taken a billion Cheki of that girl. So Haruka and me, like, we're good with taking poses. Like I can shoot the shit out of that girl easily. Like that's not a problem. So it's, you know, but I like being challenged. I like taking Cheki of new girls because it's always fun to do that. Like especially like Ue Kara poses, like where they're sitting down and I'm like over them and they're like looking up in that childlike way. Those always come out really good. Like it's hard to take a bad Cheki when they're in that pose like that. Some of these girls crouch down so tiny, and so you get like a nice good frame with the, like, you can zero your Cheki camera in and do a good job with that. So those would be my pose suggestions for all of you. Hopefully that was helpful. And again, don't be afraid to be wacky with it. You know, these girls they're down for it. Props tend to be hard because if we don't have the props around, then it's hard to do. But like, I know, like, I've taken Cheki of Hanako-san in my apartment, and she was just getting bored, and so she was like just grabbing shit off my shelves and taking Cheki with them, like my pots and pans, my spoons. Uh, she's really she was really having fun with it. So was I. We were having a blast with it. We were cracking each other up, so it was funny. Yeah, Remco, honestly, you don't have to worry about being creative. Just have fun. I mean, it's whatever you want. I mean, you don't have to be either. Like, I'm creative too. So like if I get an order and there's no pose suggestion, I usually make up some. So it's, I mean, I've been doing, you know, I've probably taken over 50 or 60,000 Cheki in the past couple years, no joke. So I definitely can do whatever with these girls. It's not a problem. Yeah, the Illuminati, that would fit the Lily Holly girls somehow, wouldn't it, Julio? So cool. If someone would ever go for the top tier on your Patreon, what idol would you want to work with and why? Oh, wait, top tier? What is my top tier, Remco? I actually don't even know it because no one's ever picked it. What do I have? that's fucking embarrassing. I don't actually know because I put it up there, but I don't remember what I have. My top tier. Hold on. I have to look. How terrible is that? I'm sorry. Yeah. What can somebody just tell me it? Hold on, so I don't have to look. My top tier on Patreon. I literally never look at this because no one has ever done it. So it's I guess it's like one of those wishful thinking things that I would be like floored to death if somebody actually did it. Or actually helped me with that. Was it a photo book? Hold on. I'm looking right now. You see, you guys don't even know. It's funny. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's a photo book. Yeah, the Idol photo book. Well, okay. Well, first of all, I really need to redo my Patreon tiers because there's some of them I want to sort of make about like doing like live shows. I would like to do a live event that's sponsored by Patreon. I would love to do that like regularly. That would be awesome because I like putting on shows, even though it's frustrating, it's difficult. And my first couple ones were a nightmare. I think I got it now. Like Hana's show is gonna be ridiculous. I was gonna announce it Sunday, but I've been so behind on everything. But I'm literally gonna be announcing it here like real soon. But the lineup for Hana's debut is fucking awesome and big, and you guys are all gonna be able to see it on iColony. But I want to make shows where I'm not in the dirt, like eating shit for money because like all these shows, I am way in the negative because I'm too kind and I don't take from the idols like I should. I don't know. That's a hard one to explain, but basically, I'm just really generous, and that generosity is more important to me than making money, and that's not a good business ethic to have when it comes to putting on shows. But anyways, yeah, the photo book. Who would I want to work with? Great fucking question. I have several. Well, okay, if I'm really dreaming, I would love to do a photo book with Chirin from Senkyoku. Ethan mentioned her. She really is one of the most beautiful idols I've ever seen in my life. I've said that about quite a few girls, but she really is. I had an instant connection to her when she was in Gochasto. She took an interest in me as a person. I've always supported her. She does gravures a little bit, but her gravure is amazing. Um, she's beautiful. Like I could do so much with her. Like on a body level, there's a lot because my photo books from this point on, I really want to focus on gravure more than anything else. I mean, of course, there'll be stories, there'll be other stuff, but I like that world. It's the world that I'm the most happiest in. So, because it's just I can be so much more creative with it. So I would definitely like to do her as a good runner up. I would say Tsumiki from Also American. She's just wow, holy shit. Just really attractive on 50 different levels. And I would kill to do a photo book with her. Because it would be amazing. And if I didn't have to worry about money, because I don't know if she would be popular enough to make me any of my money back. I mean, if it's purely for art, it would be that. Chirin would probably make me my money back because she's kind of. I think she's popular in Senkyoku. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan. Is that true? But I stopped following her pretty much after she joined Senkyoku because to me she is and always will be the leader of Gochasto, pretty much. Um, but yeah, those would be my I mean, maybe Tsumiki would be my biggest one even because she's the one I most realistically could probably do a photo book with now. Um, just because I like Miho has a show coming up with Most Americans soon. I've been in talks with their management. I've been trying to get them on Idol Underworld. I don't know. We'll see. I will be working with a new group and possibly getting a new group on Idol Underworld this week that is fucking huge and has a lot of all-star members in it. That would be cool. Yeah, Bell Ring Girls Heart. You got it. That's right. It's my Bell Ring Girls Heart hoodie. I wear it all the time, everywhere. Never leaves my body. Love it. Yeah, Tsumiki from Most Americans. She'd probably be my biggest one. Maybe let me sure. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Thank you, Ethan. Um, this isn't counting idols I've already worked with, but I am doing another photo book for Miho. Miho never got a chance to have a live event for her first photo book, so I want to do a live event for her second photo book, and also kind of do one for the first photo book event. Have it tied in with like a checky session, a book signing session with all of you guys, since she doesn't really have any fans here. I'd like to give her something like that, and also there'll be like a mini live as well. We have a great idea, great concept she came up with for it, and I am amassing all the shots and all the poses, but that probably won't be shot till the summer, just because I have 400 other things going on, including Miho's debut album. That's first. Um, very true, Ethan. Very true. Thank you for that information about Senkyoku. But I also want to do Hanako san. I'd like to do another photo book for her. We've been talking about that a little bit. So Hanako san would be great. Any chance I can work with Hanako san, I want to work with. She's just the best fucking person. I adore and respect her with all my heart and soul, and would kill to do anything for her. So another photo book for her would be good. Again, I don't have a theme. I don't have anything in mind right now that I want to do. But if it comes to me, I most definitely would do not just a photo book. I'd do a documentary with her too in a heartbeat. I just, again, still stuck on the ideas. Um, but Mio definitely has another one coming. That would be my next one right now that I'm gonna somehow figure out how to do. Um, I want to definitely. Her idea is really good, and I have some crazy ideas for it, and she's gonna like it. I'm gonna like it. But yeah, Tsubiki would be good. So. Oh, thank you, Remco. I would love to be in that position where I could do something with an idol like that. I think realistically though, there is one more. Thank you. Yeah, I think you're kind of right with that there, Ethan. Hold on. There's one more. Haruka from Diablo Boy would be fun to do one with. I'm just not sure what I would do with her because she's not open to doing gravures, so I'm not interested really in doing one with her, for that reason. But if she was, I would. Aphrodite members, I mean, Maria would be incredible. Maria is fucking gorgeous, and Maria would be really. I have a good connection with Maria, so she would be really fun to do one with. I wouldn't mind doing one with Mizuho, from Sakasama, but I just don't know what I would do with her. She's not into gravure either. Also, Sakasama, I mean, that's a very complicated role to get into because she's with Trashed Up. I think they like to commission their own things. They're not really into hiring other people, but they have let me in to their lives to do a lot of stuff with them. But I would just want to work with her because she was in Bell Ring and they're there. So she's part of my personal history. She was in my documentary. I mean, I love that girl. I would do anything for her. So she would be interesting. Benny would be interesting from Apocalypse, former Van, and me and Benny we're tight. So I feel like I could easily do one with her and it would be cool. Again, I just don't have any themes for her. Let me see who else. I wouldn't mind doing one with Yoniko or Enfeni, but that's a little complicated, for various reasons. I would say for Kiss Hug, Rin would be fucking awesome. Rin is fucking beautiful. Rin and me are we're pretty cool to each other, so Rin would be fun to do one with. And then I would say the Hisatsumi Momomo girls. I really wanted to do one with Mitsuki. I think she's really beautiful. I'd love to do one with her. But Imomomo they have their own little thing going on. They like to do their own stuff, so I don't really like mess with them. Um, Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of this. I am so sorry. Misaki from Seeds Pistol. She is wow. And actually we've been talking about this idea. I have pretty good access to Misaki. So I'm good with their manager. We're cool with each other. So Misaki-chan would be really amazing. She actually might be my top one actually, now that I think about it. Because Misaki she's a Gravure idol. She's done a Gravure DVD. She's down to do all that stuff. She's not embarrassed or ashamed to do it. She's actually quite happy to do all that stuff. So, yeah, Penny-chan could do the Gravure. You're funny, Julio. Yeah. Haruka's great. I just don't know what I do with her though. I don't know. I mean, she should have her own photo book. If there's any idol that should, Haruka should. She's so beautiful. So I'm surprised she hasn't had one yet, or if she has, I'm not aware of it. Maybe she has put on like a small little one. Hana-chan's gonna do one, but it's like a mini one. Like we're gonna do like one of those Shimama print ones. And that's all gonna be Hana's thing. I'll just support it. I don't really have a vision for her yet, or Kasami. Well, Kasami doesn't want to do one. But yeah, so Misaki is my number one as far as who I can actually do one with right now. I can almost I feel like if I approach Seeds Pistols management and I asked him, "Yo, can I do it with Misaki?" And if I asked Misaki if she wanted to do it, she'd probably say yes. Um, so she is the most realistic one I could do it, and she's got a Grab Your body. She's done Grab Your DVD. She is perfect for what I want to do. Perfect. So she would probably be my number one. I'd say Tsumiki would be number two. As far as my dream idols go, bigger ones, Mizuho from Sakasama would be wonderful. Hanako-san, I'd love to do another one with her. Miho is getting another one. That's definitely happening. And I would say, yeah, Benny would be cool if I can. Again, I just don't have any ideas for them right now. I do have one shot for Hanako-san that would be batshit insane. That I almost want to do the photo book just for that one shot because I know she would do it and she'd be down to do it. But I'm not at this point. I'm not. I want to build more of a story around that shot because it's too crazy. And she's gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. It's a thought I've had for a long time, but I just don't have anything else to support it. So yeah, so Misaki-chan is definitely it. So dude, if you got the money to hook up my way to do that, I would kill to do a photo book for that girl. Um, she's unbelievable. I've seen some really beautiful people in Idol. I mean, I really have, and I'd say Misaki's in the top 10 at least, maybe top 5. Um, I there's not very many other girls I've seen that actually is that like literally perfect. I mean, Yukon from Aphrodite is pretty perfect. If you split her down the middle, she is 50-50 exactly perfect. She's symmetrical. Misaki's just gravure. Like she's just got that whole look. And also Misaki is Korean, which is cool. So it'd be the first time I'm working with a non-Japanese girl to do a photo book, which is good. The Korean part of her, is she Hafu? I can't remember if she's biracial or just straight Korean. I think she's just straight Korean. But yeah, Misaki-chan would be great. I would really like to do one with her. Sumiki though would be interesting. Sumiki is just go read her Twitter. That's all I gotta say. Just go read her Twitter. I'm fascinated with her as a person. There's more of a story there. Misaki's more of a like an external beauty. I don't know much about Misaki's personal life. I don't have a connection with her like that. I've taken some checking of her, but not enough to like actually have a big conversation with her. Also, she doesn't really understand my Japanese that well, so I always feel like I'm struggling to speak with her. Sumiki, I've never talked to. I've seen her a bunch. I've just never talked to her. I haven't had the balls to say anything to her. But I feel like if I talked with her, I could have a connection with her and we could do something really interesting together. But I'd have to build that relationship first. And I don't even know if she'd be open for it. I don't know if she'd want to. I feel like she would be okay. Chirin, of course, would be like the ultimate dream one, but I have no relationship with Senkyoku, their management company, nothing. So I doubt, I don't even know if Chirin would even remember me. So probably won't happen. Neo-chan from Juju would be good, but since they're graduating, I've kind of lost interest in doing anything with them in that regard. I just don't see the point if I'm never going to see them again, or other things that are just making me not be interested at this point. But she would have been my top pick. But yeah, that's just how things go. Great question. But I mean, the big things I'm trying to do this year, obviously Hana's debut, Miho and Kasami's CD release, at some point Hana's CD release, but probably singles at first. Miho's photo book. Let's see. I'd like to put on a show that you guys are pretty much, for you guys mostly. My birthday show, of course, which is going to be a little bit more low key this year. But I think I'm going to have a hell of a headliner for it that you guys are all going to want. And I'm going to do my best to try to talk this person to letting me film them. We'll just leave it at that. And yeah, I think those are kind of the big goals for this year. As far as Idol and getting more fans, that's a consistent goal every year, every day. Miho really needs more Japanese fans, and I'm not sure how to do it. So we're trying to figure that out. So Yeah, that's the other thing too. I doubt Daiki would even be like, yeah, sure, Derek, go ahead. I mean, he doesn't need me, like Daiki's got his own staff, his own people. If he wants to have Neo be part of a shoot, there's bigger agencies that are Japanese that I'm sure it's just easier and smoother with. I don't know why he'd want to have some gaijin with crazy artistic shots ask one of his idols to do anything. So I mean, he's cool, like we're cool with each other, but it's just I can see him giving me the the teeth sucking no, but kind of sounds like yes, but it's really going to be no, and then maybe never hear from him again, and they'll just keep putting it off until it just never happens. That's the Japanese way, to just sort of let things fade away until they're not an issue anymore. So probably won't. So that's why I'm not even bothering with them, because it's like, why? Like they don't want me to do that. I can tell. So it sucks because I could make Neu look like $1 billion in a photo and it'd be creative, but she already looks like that. She doesn't need me. Yeah, thank you, Remco. I mean, if you have any kind of support you can throw my way, if you want to see that happen, like I said, I got the money to do it. It's done. I'll make it happen. Because then you put me in a place where mentally I don't got to think about the balance of earning the money, because it's there. I don't got to pay for it. I can be 100% even more bold and creative, because if it fails, I don't. It monetarily wise, it doesn't matter. I'm creating something that's artistic that'll be there forever, and that's more important to me than anything. Also, I want to capture these girls in the moment in their life where they are the most beautiful, because when they get to be 30, 40, 50, 60, that beauty fades. That youthfulness of idol is so special and so rare. And that's kind of the point. I want to get that on camera before that isn't there anymore. People get older and they age and their bodies aren't what they were when they're 20. And so I want that memory to be there. I want us to all cherish it and adore it and revere it, because that's kind of also part of idol, is to revere and respect this person who is blessed with looks that we only wish we could have. I don't know, but that's only a small part of it. The character and the personality has to come in there too. Like with Matcha, for example, I definitely tried to tell a story with her and her character, who she is, and I felt I did that with. I think I did that the most with Aku-chan's book. That really is her. It's very symbolic. Every shot in that book is symbolic of her and what I know about her, which I know a lot. So, there's so much story there, it's unreal. So I was able to tell a good story with Yukon. It was more a story about her career, about who she represents in the group, because Yukon's a very private person. So, and I wasn't trying to pry into her life. I mean, I know enough, but it's just I thought it'd be more interesting to do a symbol book based off of what she represents as an idol, which is a different approach for me. Matcha was more personal. It was more like, let's talk, let's get into each other's lives a bit. We did, and then it's like, oh, okay, so this is what I think about you, and this is what I know you're good at, and one thing I know about you is you're daring and you're bold, and you'll do just about anything. There's a shot in Matcha's photo book where she's literally in the middle of a street laying down, which is super dangerous. That street, a car could have went around the corner and ran her over, but I did it because I remember reading on Twitter, Matcha had saw a wrestler wrestling out on a street in Shinjuku or something, and she went and wrestled the guy. And she's just got that fearlessness. Like, she'll do anything. She almost ate the goldfish I gave her. I mean, it literally was this close in her mouth. So, you know, I knew I can do a daring book, so I did a daring photo book for her. I really try to explore the girls as they are and then make something, with Haneko's photo book, the one with the white sheet and the holes. That was like Haneko's favorite one, because it was such a big, like, funny haha, because that's our concept of ghosts, is the sheet over. And she really loved that shot. So did I. And I thought of that. That was one of the first shot I thought of for her photo book, was how funny it would be. And it kind of part of her whole sarcastic humor, because Haneko's one of those people that actually gets sarcasm, and here in Japan, and so and she's just really funny. So, like, she has a sharp, 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 sharp sense of humor, and she was like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." So, each girl I try to meet as they are. Hanako likes a lot of blood, so if I do another one, she's gonna be just doused in blood like every shot. I really would like to just cover her in nothing but blood for every shot, and lots of blood. We'll see though. She's just great at all that. So I remember having to rub blood all over her legs and arms and stuff, and that was like really funny because she was like, "Give me more, give me more." It's like, okay, you're already soaked in it, but all right. And then, yeah, and then she pulled out what did she pull out? Tampons and put blood on them, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, her maxi pads or whatever they were. It was just that only Hanako can do that and get away with it. Anyways, good question. Any other questions you guys have? Anything else? This is fun. I'm glad all of you guys are here spending some time with me. It makes me really fucking happy. Like super happy actually. Like I said, I have Euchren's Gravier DVD is going out tomorrow. Those of you that ordered, and I can put it out because it's not attached to another order that I have to wait on. Most of the orders that can go to places in the world, they're going out. So this is going to be for Euchren's posters, which that's the last thing I have to do. I have all the packages over there. There's about 30 of them. It's all of Euchren's stuff, and a couple of you guys had some like random one-off orders. Those are all going out. So that'll all go out tomorrow. Which, by the way, if you're smart and you want anything from Idol Underworld, order tonight because I can add it into my orders tomorrow. Like this would be a good time because I'm in shipping mode right now. Like I spent all day packing and getting everything prepared. So this would be a great time to put some orders in for stuff that you want shipped tomorrow because I can do that. So just an FYI. Plus there are still some Euchren Gravier DVDs left. And to give you a little bit of a quick clip of some of the Checky, here they are. Da-dong. And da-dong. Oh, wait, you can't see? Sorry. That's intentional. You can kind of see. But these are the Euchren Gravier DVD. She was kind enough to sign them all for me when we were at the Aphrodite One Man Live. So I still got, like 10 of these or so left. So there's those. Some of you were able to get the Mayana-chan Checky before they sold out. They sold out real fast. So these are the Mayana-chan Checky that I took. I met with Mayana on Friday, and we were able to take a lot of Checky together, and it was really nice. I miss Mayana, but she'll be back. I won't say how, what, when, or why, but she'll be back. So you guys are being for a treat there, and she's awesome. Really, really looking forward to that. Me and Mayana have I've been trying to help her, in this interim before her next phase of life begins, we'll just say. And yeah, that Checky was a very big boost for her. So thank you for supporting that. It's pretty freaking cool that you guys did that. So, so yeah, so there is that. And I would very much love it if you guys had anything else on your minds. I'd be happy to talk with you guys about it. Or I can go. That's okay too, because I can just get back to work. Not a big deal. I did want to say, as far as things that are going on for me this week, like I said, Miho's online Checky session was I think Wednesday. She has a show that day too. After that, there's a couple other things I have to do. Yeah, I think you got one, Julio. Actually, I think you got one of her Checkies. So I haven't checked. I think you have it rolled into another order or something. So, but yeah, thank you again for that. If you guys want, do you guys want more Mayana Checky? Because I could probably ask her if she wants to meet me for another session. I'll have to think of something interesting this time. I want to do something even more different, but she's open to a lot of stuff, so I can do whatever. But if you guys are interested, I can certainly try to get more. Anyways, they were kind of expensive though, so I don't really want to like gouge the money out of your guys' wallets any more than I have to for that. But let me see. Yeah, this week I have I'm gonna be Checky staff for a group that I have. It's gonna be my first time being their staff, and that could also turn into them joining Idol Underworld. Which, if it does, you guys will be very happy considering who's in the group. And one of the idols is in the group you guys have supported for a long time in another group, a former group this idol was in, and I should be getting Checky of that girl, which means you guys will finally be able to get Checky of this girl after not getting Checky of this girl for quite some time. So I will try my best to get as many Checky as possible with that girl if that happens, but slow first. I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. Yeah, I guess that's the phrase. Mentally here, like I said, just trying to figure out what to do with life, trying to figure out a better track as far as income, how to properly figure out a way to find some time to do a life assessment and sort of get into a place with how do I put it? I'm trying to figure out like a way to be creative and do the things I want to do creatively and have that supported. But that's been the story of my life since I've got here, so that's nothing new. The Ukraine Checkies, they're actually not for sale, Remco. They're part of the Ukraine Gravure DVD. So you have to buy the Gravure DVD and then you get the Checkie. Um, and that would be so you get the Ukraine Gravure DVD, you get the Checkie, the signed Checkie, and you get a poster that's also signed by her. So they're not for sale separately. The Mayana Checkies were 2,000 yen. So yeah, and understood, Julio, about that. I think that's I again, I appreciate everything that you do. It's just incredible. Ethan, of course, hijack the audience by all means. You can advertise. Everybody, listen to what Ethan has to say. My boy wants to make an advertisement, and I am more than happy to let him do it because he's always doing it for the sake of his idols, and I'm all for it. So, dozo, it's your space. Go ahead, Ethan. I will step aside. Dun, 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 I was trying to think about like some of the songs that I felt. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, the last live, getting a flower stand sent to Juju. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. And while he's talking about that, I've been trying to think about some of the best songs that came out in 2021. I never really had that discussion. Do you guys have any votes for best song of last year by an idol? For me, it's probably, I mean, not counting my idols because it's not fair. Everything I released last year was the best thing ever because I'm awesome and so are my idols. But outside of that, I would say Aphrodite's Elysium. That song is such a fucking banger live. It's too fucking good. Yukonon hits those goddamn notes in that opening riff, and then that guitar riff comes in, and it's the most memorable thing I heard all year. So I would definitely say Aphrodite's Elysium is my pick for best song of last year. But if you guys have any you want to throw in the ring, please do. I'm all for listening. Oh, thank you, Remco. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine, me and Ukraine were talking. I mean, I kind of want to do a grab your checky set for her for Idol Underworld. So let me talk with them about it. So we'll see. Ethan, you can post on Idol Underworld. If you want to post on my Idol Underworld website, Facebook page, go ahead. It's totally approved by me. So you heard the man. If you can help him out with that, that would be good. The flowers are important, and I think it'd be great. So yeah, it'd be great. JME, of course, Remco, our boy Remco, being supportive of everything. Thank you. Yeah, post on Idol Underworld. By all means, you're more than welcome to. I want to see Juju get the support of the foreign fans because maybe they need reminded that they have foreign fans. So that would be good. That would be nice. So definitely do that. Ethan is really, as you guys know, very passionate about Juju, and so am I, obviously, because I work for them. Please do that. Please, if you just give a little something. I know on Idol you guys are always being asked to buy shit and give shit, but these things are important. And you are part of a culture which it's a giving culture. They give to you, you give to them. It's very symbiotic, but it's just a good gesture. So there you go, Ethan. Yeah, good point. Like he would put it up on the English Twitter page, but then the members might see it. Whole point is to surprise them, so they don't look at Facebook. So if you guys can post, reply on the Facebook, get in touch with my boy Ethan. Definitely do that. If you don't know how to do that, get in touch with me. I talk to Ethan regularly, so I'll give him whatever information or stuff you guys need. But go to him if you can. I'm sure he can help you guys with that. He's really good about all that stuff. So Ethan does what he says he's going to do. So he has my 100% vote of confidence there, and please support him because he definitely deserves it. you know, he loves those girls, and they are definitely worth it. So I strongly encourage you guys to support. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, very cool. I mean, that's part of the idol ethos, you know. It's the idol ecosystem. You know, we have to give, receive, give, receive, give, receive. It's one of the reasons I'm here. It's a beautiful thing. The giving culture is very appealing to me as a human. I think I said in one of my Patreon podcasts, man, if I was like a millionaire, there'd be so many people. It'd be Christmas for them, because there's so many people I want to take care of and make happy in this life. In a smart way, though. I mean, just giving somebody money is not the same thing as helping them in a way that will help them over and over. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, definitely want to support the Juju girls. They've had a hell of a fucking run in Idol, you know, 7 8 years, and they were one of the greats and always will be, and their memory and legacy will be carried on forever, I think, because they did it right, and had some great songs, great members along the way. If there's anybody on this planet in the idol world that deserves it, it's them. So I think it's a good thing what you're doing, Ethan, and I support it. And yeah, I guess, is that it, guys? Are we done? I hope all of you are doing well. I hope life is treating you guys good. That's not me just saying that to be nice. You guys got anything on your hearts? You know, you can talk to me. You can come to me. You know, send me messages. I value all of you like family. You guys have been so kind to me. Hopefully one day I can meet all of you guys. Also, you know, please continue to support Miho, Kasame, and Hana, my idols. They certainly deserve it. And just as another note on that, Hana-chan's t-shirts are being shipped out from the printers today, so I will have those up for sale soon. Miho's t-shirts will be up next month, I think. I have some other goods for Hana coming real soon as well, so be on the lookout for that. Um, Ethan can help you guys for Miori's birthday live stream. It's easy for him, but what Ethan doesn't maybe realize, it's not that easy for other foreigners. So because Ethan can read Japanese and not everyone can, but even if they have it in English, it still gets complicated sometimes. But Ethan can help you guys. So if you guys want to watch Miori's birthday live, I highly encourage you guys to check that out. Um, Miori's birthday live will be a lot of fun. I don't think I'm working that. What is the 26th? Hold on. Am I let me check. Am I even scheduled to work for them on that day? Hold on. Nope. No, Miho has a show that day actually. Maybe I don't think I was scheduled for that day actually. And then there's a live at Heaven's Door I want to go check out after. So yeah, but I will be probably doing Neu's birthday for sure. But I don't know. Things are interesting between me and them. So, oh, she caught it again. Isn't this like the second time she has it? Jesus, June. That's just gonna, well, geez, poor Miori. That's gonna decrease the amount of people there. Uh Jesus Christ, June. It's like twice now this girl's got it. Ugh, fucking COVID. Fuck COVID. I hate a fucking COVID bullshit. Poor June. June's health isn't the best though. I could tell you stories about that. I won't, but yeah, I can kind of see if anybody got in that group, it would be her. Her constitution isn't up there, so uh, I just feel bad. I don't know if that has anything to do with her catching COVID or not. But if she got it, well, good thing I haven't been working for them, because then I would have to go through that whole, well, I'm near you know, I'm near a person caught COVID, so I'll have to fucking quarantine for X amount of days and lose all this money, which sucks. So glad I haven't been working for them recently. Reminds me of the time Tune caught the flu. Yeah, I can see that. Oh man, that sucks though. Well, I hope she feels better. Get well, Tune. Not that you're watching this, but if you were, wishing you all the best and support. You know, I care about you. I see you all the time at shows, so and you're always so happy and giving to all of your fans, and you really are one of the greatest idols like I've ever met. And I just hope she's okay. She called you Baka. She asked if I was okay, and I said that Japanese idol that idols don't catch cold. Sounds like her. Really sounds like her. That's funny, Ethan. Uh so funny. Remco, you know what? Is it bad luck or is it just the fact that this is just becoming endemic? You know, that we're people are gonna get it, and let's just hope that people just it just becomes like a flu in that sense. Ha, that's funny. Ethan, that's really funny. See what Ethan just said right there? That's how you can handle idols and like make them laugh and kind of really fuck with them without being mean. Because that's actually really funny. So very, very good idol fan speak right there. You guys can learn from that. But Ethan's the master at that. He's done Jackie with like a billion idols. By the way, if you guys ever want good stories, you should talk to my boy Ethan. He's got stories for days and days and days about the idols he's met and the interactions he's had. Me and Ethan, when he lived here, we would meet every once in a while and we'd just sit and he would bring his folders of Checky because he has piles of them. And we would just look at the folders together. And it was so much fun. He would tell me every Checky he had a story about. I would just sit there fascinated listening to this guy because Ethan just had so many crazy stories, and I felt like I was right there because Ethan's a good storyteller when it comes to like all his experiences with these idols. And if I felt so happy with that, yeah, and also he does have really good rapport with the Juju members because he would go to all their shows like regularly, so everybody loved Ethan, or they still love Ethan. They still, whenever they see me, I inevitably get asked about Ethan. How's Ethan? That's sort of becoming like the catchphrase whenever somebody sees me there, because he was such a staple. He's one of the only gaijins that ever went to their shows like regularly. Kanban. Eh? Oh, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Actually, it'd be kanbanwa. It's midnight here, Michael, but I'll take a konnichiwa. Maybe it's not nighttime where you're at. Nice to see you, Michael. It's kind of rare to have you here. Good to see you. Kind of coming in late. I was getting ready to close up shop, but I'm here if you want to ask any questions or anything. Oh, Sven, are you just popping up now? Did I just get two stragglers like right now? Kind of crazy. Oh, it's 7 a.m. Then what should you be saying, Michael? Come on, tell me the Japanese. Begins with O, ends with hayo, gozaimasu. Did you figure it out? Once I'll say it again. It begins with the letter O, ends with hayo gozaimasu. O hayo gozaimasu. There you go. And it's D-E-R-E-K, not Dirk. Who's Dirk? Oh, you just quit working. Otsukare-sama deshita. Remco, you've had the flu 4 times in 6 months? Fuck, dude. I haven't had the flu 4 times in 20 years. Like, I can count on 2 hands how many times I've been sick. Like, I think 7 times my whole life. My entire life. Like, I don't know. I'm weird like that. Don't get me wrong. I get headaches. My ear gets all fucked up because when I was playing in a band, I would put my head up to my amp all the time. So I'm really suffering because of that. Dirk is the god of... Michael, that is me. I am the god of typographical errors. I make so many of them, it's ridiculous. So I can't say anything bad about that. Don't worry about it. No, I like I've only had like three health problems. I have bad asthma. When I came to Japan, it hit me like a storm. I can't breathe, so I'm always coughing, which probably freaks everybody out here in risk-averse Japan because they probably think I have COVID or something worse. I don't. I cough. I haven't got COVID yet, so hopefully I don't get it. I had I have a lower back problem that if my back gets put out, I'm done. Like, you guys won't see me or talk to me for weeks. Thankfully it hasn't happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but that's really bad. In America, I could take care of it easy, you know, couple Vikes and cyclobenzaprine, boom, it got me back into working, but I can't get either of those here, so I'm fucked if it happens here. Again, third world country pretending to be first world nation. Also, I had my appendix removed when I was in like 2009, and that wasn't fun. I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks or something because I like almost died because they had a real complication with the surgery. Shouldn't have been, but there was some other problem in my stomach where like my intestine was all messed up, and they fixed that while they were in there. Like, fuck it, we're in there, might as well fix it. And I ended up with like a really bad fever. I remember coming out of the surgery, or like I was in my hospital bed and I had like 105 temperature or something, and I literally felt like my brain was boiling in my skull. And then I couldn't move for a long time, and I had to like slowly nurse myself back to health. I remember walking up and down the hospital halls like with my little uh you know um what is it, the bag. I can't, I worked in hospitals all this time, I can't remember, but I had that. And I remember just like pulling myself on like a, you know like a convalescent. And the nurses, but they were always happy I did it because I always had my shirt down, I had my tattoos, and I was skinnier back then, so I looked halfway good. And the nurses were certainly nice. They were not complaining, so it was nice. It was so long ago. I remember my friend Amy visited me in the hospital. She was one of like 3 people that visited me, and it was weird because she came there with her boyfriend at the time, which was weird because I always liked Amy. I always had like a kind of a crush on her. Amy is this crazy beautiful Korean girl that I knew a long time ago, and now Amy is now a dominatrix, I think. Small world. Um, every once in a while I hear from her, and we catch up, and she always has hysterical stories to tell me about her new career and some of the men she meets. And it's always, I kind of figured she would go into a world similar to that because she was always about that kind of stuff. But wow. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. So if you guys have any other questions, hit me up. Or good to see you guys here in general. Nice to have you guys all here. Like I said, for Sven and Michael, I've been working on the Euchre and Gravure DVDs. They're all getting ready to go out along with the posters, and I'm gonna pack those up, and then the rest of the night, try to work on some song stuff. Hit some snags with some of the music songwriting things. Yeah, interesting job. Some people like it. I make zero judgments. Whatever you're into, be into it and enjoy it and love it. Be passionate about it. That's amazing if you are. Um, let me think. What else have I had something else planned for this. What else am I doing? Hold on. Let me check my phone. Oh, duh. So I took Cheki of Tamago, the new member of Aphrodite. That'll be going up on Idol Underworld. Those of you that are on my VIP Patreon, you'll be getting an email from me later asking if you want some in reserve. If you guys like being the first in line to get all my stuff, join my VIP Patreon. It's only like what, $100, I think. But if you do the 100 gets you the 10 Cheki a month actually. But that also gets you on the VIP reservation list too. So you guys will always get first dibs at everything I have. So the Tamago Cheki are coming up. I gotta post those tonight. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think that's it actually. And then I gotta do some life assessment stuff. Sorry, Sven. What do you want me to make? Custom declaration low? Hmm? Actually, yours is not coming yet, Sven, because I'm gonna send your stuff with your monthly Patreon, so that'll come at the end of this month if it's okay. But it's a poster plus the package. I can make the declaration low, of course, no problem. But your DVD is being sent with all the other stuff you ordered. You got quite a bit of stuff, so I don't know. I mean, I'll see if it can get to you that way. I don't want. You gotta be careful about that sort of stuff, Should go out this week. What should go out this week? The DVD stuff? Not sure what you're referring to, Remco. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'm trying to think of what it was. I had a story or something. What was it? There was something else. Well, I did post my Patreon earlier today. It's like almost 2 hours, so check that out if you guys can. it had a lot of stuff about this weekend, what happened with Planet After the Rain. I was Checky staff for them. Miho was too, actually. She actually kind of helped me with that. And then Miho's 2 live events, plus what was going on with those shows, had some interesting things happen there. There was something else I wanted. Okay, I have a question for you guys. If I was to do a split with Miho and another idol, who would you want me to do a split with? In other words, like I release one of her songs in a split CD collab with another like idol or idol group. I would love to know your guys' opinion on who you guys think I should do. And keep in mind, it has to be somebody I have access to. So don't say like Devil Anthem or somebody because I can't, or Bish. That's not gonna happen. But um, I'm really currently thinking about that right now. Not sure. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it, but yeah. The DVD? Huh? Remco, I think your stuff is also going out with the Patreon stuff. So I think your DVD is also in your like for my VIP guys, I have little bins that I put all your stuff in. So I think it's in there actually. Yeah, I mean Kasami and Hana would be the obvious choice, I guess. Because and then I could keep it in my own gym show. Miho Aphrodite. Interesting, Michael. Weirdly enough, I never considered that. Um, Jesus. That's actually fucking really good. Yasumoto-san always wants to put out stuff, but I think due to monetary things, it's hard to put out like really nice quality singles. I know he's working on something now. I can't say what, but it's costly. But he's always needing Michael. That's actually a really good idea. Miho and Enma. Well, first of all, Enma doesn't do anything solo, I think. I don't really know if she would be up to do like a solo thing. I could ask Kyoto-san about it. He might be down for that, actually. Enma-chan might be down for it. I think Miho would lose her mind doing that because Miho fucking loves Enma. But Enma's sort of such a superstar. But when I say a split collab, by the way, I'm not talking like they do a song together. I mean, Miho's song is on side A, Aphrodite's song is on side B, not doing it singing together. For that, I do have an idea to have Kosame and Miho do a song together. I was thinking about doing actually a sort of the opposite, where it was going to be Kasame's song, and then Miho does a guest vocal part on it because that might be easier and make more sense than having a Miho song with Kasame on it because yeah, it just might make more sense that way. Also because if I end up doing Clones, the group project that'll take over Kasame's music, there's going to be one of the girls in Clones is going to be a singer. So having them do Miho's part would make more sense. So I have actually thought about that, and I'm still considering that. Miho and Haruka, that would be, yeah, that's an easy one. Haruka and Miho are actually good friends, so that, and they're both solo idols, so that would actually work out really well. That's probably a good one. I never thought about Aphrodite though. That one would have a little bit more of a high profile in terms because Aphrodite's been riding a good wave right now. Getting Tamago was a big boost for them. So and also their last 3 songs, those last 3 singles were the shit. I mean, Elysium, like I said, my pick for best song of last year. It's yeah, that's I never thought of that. But Haruka would be good, yeah. But Haruka, she just released a ton of fucking music. So I don't know when she's gonna release another thing. It's she released a CD earlier this year, Suicide Hill, and then she also released the Winter Days or Snowy Days or whatever, last week or so. So she's not due for a single anytime soon. So as much as I'd want to do one with her, I don't know if her manager has anything written for her that they would want to put out like that quickly. I want to put this out quick if we do it. Because Ian just finished all the music for her new song, and I was thinking about putting that on as a split single with somebody. So we don't have a vocal track for that yet. I don't have any vocals for it yet. That's working on it. But the song is so fucking good, and I love it so much that I don't want to wait to put it out. So I just love that song to death. Even though we have two other songs you guys haven't heard yet from Miho that are on their way. That song I almost want to just have skip the line because I like it so much. Plus, Miho actually wrote a song herself a couple years ago. It was for her artist days, but it actually could fit Idol. And I have Yusei, who's doing Hana's songs, writing it because it's very simple. And I think it'd be great. So covering a song of each other. For example, Julio, for example, Miho Okinawa Sayachan, yeah, I could see that. Sayachan does collabs with idols all the time, so that's it. And that's also very easy for me. I could just literally message her and that could be done probably in 2 seconds. So that's certainly a fun one to consider, and it would make sense. Sayachan would be down for it. I'm sure she would. She's always up for collabs or anything like that. 'Cause she's really creative and artistic, so that's definitely a consideration. I was looking to do a split more to advance her career as far as like getting her in front of a set of eyes maybe that aren't necessarily on her. Um, Sayachan's got some fans, but they're Sayachan fans, if you know. Haruka's fans really like Miho a lot because they know about Miho and Haruka's friendship, so they're really supportive of Miho. So that one would make sense to do. I really would love to do Miho and Enma if we did like Miho and Bakashinu, that would be fucking awesome. Bakashinu is actually breaking away from what HKP's management to kind of do their own thing. But in a positive way. It's not a negative. It's like they're challenging themselves basically. So they want to play outside of like Akiba Colors a lot more. So that could be something, I think. I don't know. These are good ones. These are good suggestions. Aphrodite, I can't believe I never thought of that, Mike. That one's definitely winning in my mind right now because I think if I went to Yes Moldo-san and asked him that would be good. The most safe bet is definitely Haruka and Miho, or Haruka and Sayachan, because those two, that's a text message, and I could probably encourage enough out of that message to make it happen. It'd be fun to do. Definitely the safest, but would it be the most that makes the most sense on a advancement level? Although it'd be fun to do a live for that because a split release CD live. Oh man, that'd be a lot of fun for them. Because I any chance I can hear Sayachan sing, I'm there, or Haruka, I'm there. I've come to really like Haruka's music recently, and Lily Holly's always a good time. And you get Haruka, you get Lily Holly. You most cases they're always together. So yeah, definitely not complaining there. Hmm. Yeah, I never. Hmm. My girls, of course, yeah, that would make a lot of sense too. But I'm thinking with them, that's a little harder because Kasami-chan isn't really active, as an idols, and Hana-chan wants to be really active, but she's like a totally different feel and sound. Hana-chan's got. I want to kind of build her world up a little bit more before I start venturing out and doing other things like collabs and stuff. Um, Miho is at that point now where I want to do different things, even though she's not even a year old in terms of idol, she's still a baby. But I still want to do other things as far as just being creative. Like we do want to do like a Showa era night show where we do Showa songs and have you guys watch that. That would be a lot of fun. So definitely thinking about that. So yeah, so we will see what happens with that. And yeah, these are good suggestions, guys. Thank you. Let me think. If there's nothing else, I guess I'll check out. It's almost 2 hours. Wow, that kind of time went fast. You guys, do not forget Wednesday, Miho's online checkie session. Pick up your checkies if you haven't bought some. Remember the pose ideas I talked about earlier in this. Let me know. Have fun with them. Have fun. Also, be prepared to pick up Miho's Gravier checkie. She said something really depressing to me the other day. I was like, "How many Grab Your checkies you want to take?" She's like, "How about just 10?" I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Nobody buys them." And I'm like, "Don't say that. Like everybody buys your Grab Your checkie." But she's been down like that. So it would be great if you guys could like sell those Grab Your checkie out for her fast. I'm not gonna take many, like probably just 20. But she has a new outfit for that. The underwear is really, really sexy and beautiful. So I think you guys will really like it. And she picked it out, like, so she wants to show you guys that, so that would be good. But yeah, the online checky session, that's an all-nighter for us. It's right after we get out of the live. We're gonna do the checky session. So definitely looking forward to that with you guys that night. We're getting ourselves primed for that. And thank you so much, Sven. As always, thank you. You're such a fucking bro. All of you guys are really. For the collab ideas, I'm gonna keep everything you guys said in mind. It's again, these are the goals for this year. You guys are with me on it. Like one more time is, you know, Miho's second photo book, Miho's CD release, Kosame's CD release, Hana's singles release, plus Hana's debut. Maybe another photo book with a couple, more than one would be nice, with a couple of girls that I was talking about earlier, based off the question I was asked about who I'd want to work with. Sumiki or Misaki would be my big pick, I think, right now from Seeds Pistol. Love to do one with her. New merch is coming out. Trying to get more Japanese fans is a huge goal for us. Getting more foreign fans on board, obviously, is a goal. I would like also to do a show for you guys. Before I said you guys could kind of vote on who you'd want, but I thought about the voting, and I don't think that's going to work because that's going to get too complicated. Because number one, I'm just assuming that if you guys vote for somebody and I ask them, they're going to do it. What if they can't? What if they say no? So it's a little too risky for you guys to put like your whole hearts into that, and then it doesn't work. Yeah, definitely we get some food probably for that. So we'll figure something out with that. Thank you, Julio. Appreciate you caring about our health for that. It means a lot to me, and I mean that. But yeah, so as far as those goals, definitely want to put on like a show for you guys. Need the money and the sponsorship for that to happen. Thank you, Remco, for that, by the way. Hopefully you guys, did you like the gravure last time? Were they good? Did you appreciate them? Let me know. We put a lot into those. The poses are hard for those because a lot of the times Miho, what she wears is so revealing, and so I have to like take the angles just right, or your guys are gonna see a little bit more than she wants you to see and I want you to see. So but I'm getting better at that. So, but that's one of the challenges. One of the reasons I like gravure is because it's challenging to do. So thank you, Remco. Appreciate it. Thank you for saying you'll buy more. Always good to know that. Let me think. I am trying to think about as far as other things. Oh, duh, the trading cards. So I found a photographer who's going to do these trading cards basically for free, at least initially, because he wants to practice. He's actually good. He took some photos of Miho's one live show last week, and they were great. We're going to do some practicing in the studio, and then we're going to get our thing down, and then my plan is to have my girls do it, and then after that maybe get like Hanako-san, Aphrodite, you know, all the people I work with, and then just make card sets. But right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out how to do it, and I think I figured it out. There is a Canon printer that I can get. It's like about $2,000 though, so it's kind of expensive, but this printer can print out like actually like wall painting worthy prints of photos, that like literally you can print Giclée prints out of them. And what I thought about was to create like sheets of paper, because they're big sheets you can put through, and you know basically cut the cards. And oh, thank you, Remco. Good, glad you like them. Really glad you like them. But anyways, you cut the cards, and then they're super high quality, but they're not going to cost me even anywhere near what it's going to cost me if I hire a company to do it. Because hiring a company, like there's companies that'll package, do all that. But I learned something. For you to have like true randomization in card sets, you have to have over 20,000 cards. And I can't do that. I was planning to do 100 cards per idol. But if I do that and try to send that out to a printer, you're talking thousands of dollars just for one card to be printed multiple times. So I found this printer that I'm thinking, if instead of printing out huge Giclées, I print out the large sheet, but it's the cards, and then I could just cut them. Gonna save myself thousands, and it makes it economical. And then what I'm trying to do now is find packaging to put them in, so I'll randomize them myself. I'll sit there and do that. That's easy. And then package them each. And then also, if I did it that way, the girls can actually sign the cards on some of them and make even more rare cards. So I really do want to get this going. I really want to try to see if I can make it. It feels like it could be its own economy of idea if it catches on. I don't know if it will or not, but if it does, it would be a lot of fun. The art design I'm coming up with, it's going to be basically card sets where basically you're going to have how do I put it? You're going to have like so many cards where it's going to be like poses in the studio, and then so many cards of live shots, and then maybe one or two super ultra rare cards of some kind depending on what the idols want to do. So that's my idea. I don't know if it's going to work. It's just another way to get girls on photo and have fun with it. A little more advanced and technical, but if you guys are supporting it, I kind of want to get money for that printer and the initial printing stock. And if I did that, that would be great. So hard plastic sheets holder. Sorry, Graham, I don't understand your comment. Could you clarify? Are you talking about like the folders that you can put cards in? I'm sorry. I just send you. I just send you money on PayPal for. Thank you, Remco. Awesome, thank you. That's what I'm talking about right there. You see what he just did? Trying to get up to 100. Miho's at 51 now, 56 because of Remco. Thank you. Let's get that number up there, guys. She hasn't broken 100 in like months, and that's just kind of sad because she never has done. I mean, she's always broken way high, like 200, 300, 400. So we could use a big one. Plus, we're going all night, so like we have all night. Like she can't go to sleep because she's got to wait for the train, and you know, it's might as well. You know what I mean? So 60. Thank you, Sven. My man. Thank you. Thank you so freaking much. You guys are the best. Love it. Fucking love it. Thank you. So look, 40 more, we at least break 100. That would be cool. Of course, I'd like more, but whatever you guys can do. If you can't, that's fine too. But she just has not broken 100 in so long. And you guys used to buy 10, 20, 30 checky. You guys were crazy about that. So let's kind of get back into that for this next month. It would be really good to do that because March, she's basically breaking and only doing an online checky session and a couple shows. So monetarily speaking, it's super helpful. But aside from that, it would she could use it. Just promise me when I tell you that she can use it. Oh yeah, fine, Graham. Just send me something later. I know you're busy at work, so appreciate you giving me a comment. Sorry, I don't understand. I'm stupid. I'm very baka. But I think I understand what you mean. Like if you're talking about like, you know, binders with the plastics. Yeah, I used to collect baseball cards, and I remember there's like 9. So I think I understand what you're getting at there. Maybe I will just do that. I don't know. I hate when my nose itches. It makes me look like I'm picking my nose, but I'm not. It just itches. Sorry. It's fucking allergies. But yeah, if you guys can support that idea, I definitely think it'll be a lot of fun and to see who will do it and see who'll be into it. And hopefully I get a lot of idols to do it because once I get the printing down and the system down, it's going to be like clockwork. I could start churning this out for all these groups. And, you know, it's just one more item that people can buy. And also I was looking online and like groups like AKB48, Nogizaka, they actually do the trading card things. They're good. And I saw like Ray did them, and Ray's trading cards were pretty beautiful too, of course, because it's Ray and everything they do is beautiful. So I really like the idea. I don't want them to look cheap like shitty fucking baseball card knockoffs. I mean, my design is actually very, very much focused on the idol. They're not gonna have any silly things on it really, like a little bit of graphic design. I want to be minimalist about it. Don't know what I would put on it other than their names and maybe like a stat or a card number, like series 1 or whatever. But I don't know. It's looking pretty good actually. So I'm pretty happy about that. And if I can print them up myself and cut them myself, I'm gonna just save thousands and thousands of dollars if I do this in the long term. So getting that printer is a big thing. That's even more important than making a photo book. So I really want to kind of move forward with this idea, and if for no other reason, just to get my idols more stuff to sell. But I know I can get other idols to do it. I know they'll be down once they see my idols. They see how beautiful they look. They're gonna want to do it too. Plus, it's just something for you guys to buy. You guys can, every time you do an order, you can pick up a pack of cards and, you know, try to collect all of them because they're going to be hard to collect all of them. So I'm not going to sell them as sets, at least not for a long time, maybe ever. So you guys will have to buy the card packs. So that's kind of the point. The gotcha spirit of it is what I like. That's why I want to do it as opposed to just making bromides. The gotcha idea, I personally like that idea. Like if Aku-chan, for example, if I was a fan and Aku-chan was doing this, I'd buy so many packs, it'd be ridiculous because I'd want to get all 100 of her cards. So I kind of really like that idea. So okay, Graham, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I agree with you. Good point. Good point. Very, 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 very good point. Although I kind of like 100 because that extra card could be like the bonus special card. You see what I'm saying? 99 is also kind of a weird number to end on for me, but multiples of 9, that makes sense. So maybe not 99. Maybe I'll do like 72 or something. Oh yeah, the online Checky you can buy up. I mean, I'm not closing the link. It's open all the way through. We leave that. We've done that for every one of her sessions, just about, because I know a lot of times when you guys are talking to Miho, she might say something or do something or put on a pair of glasses. The next thing I know, you guys buy a ton more Checkies. So I'm definitely down to do that. I might also keep it open because depending on how we feel or where the checky count is or how Miho's feeling or how I'm feeling, how crazy we get, how tired we get, I might just be like, yo, we'll do X amount of checky, different styles and poses. We'll just do like one of those random, like, if you buy right now, you can pick this and pick this, because that actually works out really well for us. And it's really fun too. And it kind of makes the time kind of go a little bit better because then we have even more checky to do, but it doesn't feel like more. I don't know. It's just fun. Also, you guys like watching when I take her checky, right? Like I know you guys seem to like really like to watch when I do that. It was interesting to do that with the Gravure ones because that's the first time I've ever shown the Gravure stuff actually being taken. She was a little embarrassed, but it actually, I thought it turned out pretty well. So yeah, we might do a whole bunch of stuff like that. I don't know. And yeah, you're right, Sven. She always ends up with like crazy poses. Or Taro-chan took over the last one. That was crazy. So much so that we put Taro-chan with Penne and the last show that she did with Haruka, and that went well. Yeah, 72, actually, Graham, that's such a good fucking idea, bro. I like the idea of 72. That's really doable. 72 different cards per idol. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, so definitely. Thank you so much. We'll see you too. And be careful out there, Michael. Be safe, and you definitely have a good day at work. Okay. And let's see. Because you're more flexible making ones instantly. Yeah, it's really easy to do all that. So yeah, I agree. So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun actually. Definitely am liking this whole good discussion here on that. That's very cool. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We don't have any theme for this this week, so I think it's just gonna be just a grinding session. She'd love to talk to you guys, and again, trust me when I say I really want you guys to talk with her and get her spirits up, cheer her up. She's had a rough couple months, weeks actually, really bad. So like, you guys do not underestimate your healing words, your healing power. You guys really do it for her. And so I'd like that to be what you guys do. So I gotta go too. So Sven, you take care. You guys, love you guys all to death. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys Wednesday, if not sooner. Listen to my Patreon post I just put up. Don't forget to pick up the Miho's online checkies on Wednesday if you haven't already. And if you guys have any other additional questions, hit me up. And don't forget, Ethan is going to be dropping some information about supporting Juju for those flowers later. So make sure you go to Idol Underworld or the Japanese Music Experience and check out his posts on that, how you can contribute. If you're interested, please do. Juju girls deserve it. They've been around forever. They deserve our respect and love and kindness. They've done it right. And be nice to just show them, hey, we care about you too. So yeah, anyways, you guys take care. Have a good one. And I'm going to get back to work. Talk to y'all later. Peace.